How you guys doing, folks? So apparently America cannot defend itself against a nuclear attack on New York City or even Washington and maybe even another state. So let's go ahead and check out what this homie here got to say. Players.
Ukraine's President Zelensky asked once again today for the United States and NATO allies to provide a no-fly zone over Ukraine. He said, quote, "If you cannot introduce no-fly zone now, then tell us now when you will do it. If you cannot tell Ukrainians now when you will introduce it, then what else do you need? Tell us how many people must be blown up, how many legs, arms, heads must be torn off and fly away to finally reach you, to make you introduce a no-fly zone. How many? Tell me the number. I will go myself and we will count and wait until the time comes." President Zelensky, the bravest president we have seen, President Zelensky is understandably asking for everything he can think of to protect the lives of the people of Ukraine. But President Zelensky has not taken an oath to protect the lives of the people of the United States. President Biden lived through every day of the Cold War and served in the Senate during most of the Cold War. He has spent some portion of every day of his professional life thinking about America's nuclear arsenal. President Biden understands his first duty is to protect the lives of Americans. And so he is doing what every president, Democrat and Republican, did during the Cold War. There are no good choices in a Cold War. President Biden, like every Cold War president before him, is making sure that the United States does nothing to provoke a nuclear attack by Vladimir Putin, who appears to be the most unhinged commander of Russian nuclear weapons in history.
President Zelensky is calling again for a no-fly zone on Ukraine. Is that something you're giving any thought to at all?
Again, the reason why that has not been a step the president has been willing to take, or we have been interested in taking, is because a no-fly zone requires implementation. It would require essentially the U.S. military shooting down Russian planes and prompting a potential direct war with Russia, the exact step that we want to avoid.
No nuclear power has ever fired a shot at another nuclear power. Never. Not one shot. And it's not going to happen now. And so no American pilots or NATO pilots will go into the air over Ukraine to enforce a no-fly zone by shooting down Russian pilots, because that is how you enforce the no-fly zone, and because that would risk nuclear war. A risk the President of the United States can never take. Nuclear war is the one kind of war that you won't be able to watch on TV, because New York City would be targeted in a nuclear exchange, as would Washington, D.C., and many other major cities. And so the people in buildings like this one who deliver your TV news wouldn't be here anymore. And you probably wouldn't be here anymore either. If you're not old enough to have lived through the soul-crushing agonies of the Cold War, I am very sorry to say you are living through them now.
All right, folks, so check this out. Homie is obviously terrified of Mr. Putin's nuclear weapons. But here's the thing, folks. Here's what I don't fucking understand, okay? So this gentleman here has no faith at all in our capabilities to defend ourselves against a nuclear attack. Now, obviously, this gentleman here probably knows a lot more about our nuclear power and strength than I do, since he's closer to presidents and senators and various other motherfuckers of that nature. So anyways, so if he believes that Russia could actually penetrate our defense system and hit New York City with a nuclear bomb, then it must be real and it must be a legit fucking threat from Russia. Now here's another thing: is why? Why the fuck would Putin want to lay waste to New York City just for fucking Ukraine? But not only New York City, but of course he'll nuke London, the Vatican. He'll kill all these artists, all these fucking painters, sculptors, fucking people who play violin, piano, businessmen, like men, women, children. He will kill all these fucking people just for fucking Ukraine. Like, why? Like, let's say he wins this war. Let's say we end up going into war with this fucking individual, and let's say he fucking wins. Okay, from a bunker somewhere. He's not gonna fucking win, but let's say he does fucking win. He's gonna stand over Ukraine like, I got Ukraine, and he's gonna look at fucking the entire world all in shambles and shit, and nobody's gonna give a fuck that he even has Ukraine because everybody will be fucking dead because all the nuclear waste in the fucking atmosphere and shit. And then dude will look behind him at his own fucking country, and all them will be fucking dead too because we would fucking annihilate his fucking stupid shit. So it's like, dude, you're risking every fucking thing. Everybody's life, all the artists, all the painters, every fucking thing. Disney, every fucking thing, dude. New movies coming out. This fool wants to kill motherfuckers, all the actors and every fucking body, dude, just to get Ukraine. Why is that motherfucker so important? Like, dude, the billionaires in Russia and fucking, they're willing to fuck up the whole economy, their whole bankroll. They're willing to fuck up all their fucking financial wealth for Ukraine. Why, dude? What the fuck is the big deal about Ukraine? Other than it being a strategic spot for a nuclear fight with Europe. But again, why would you fucking take over a country knowing that, dude, you cannot win a fight with America? I'm sorry, you're fucking stupid if you think you're gonna fucking out-bomb us, player. You're gonna fucking kill your whole goddamn fucking country. We'll annihilate your shit like a motherfucker, player. Everybody in the world knows that shit. Even China knows that fucking shit. So why risk all that shit just to get a little bit closer to Europe, when even if you tried to do something to Europe, you would get fucking annihilated? Ain't it would do? This don't make no sense. There's no diamonds. There's no, like, dude, they already have oil and gas and all this shit. So why fucking take Ukraine? Like, why fucking throw nuclear bombs everywhere and risk fucking up the entire atmosphere for the entire fucking world? Dude, if everybody starts setting off nuclear bombs in this fucking place, the fucking atmosphere might get really fucked up to the point where you can't even breathe out in this motherfucker. This fool's willing to kill animals, fucking trees and plants, and block out the fucking sun. Dude, America sits on a super volcano in Yellowstone National Park, player. If a fucking nuclear bomb goes off at Yellowstone National Park, that's the end of every fucking thing, player. Everything will be fucking ended. Why risk everything, dude? For fucking Ukraine, dude. Like, come on. Like, what? Alright, so basically, if we want to destroy fucking Russia's bitch ass, this dude's basically saying we're gonna have to give up a couple of our cities in order to completely destroy Putin's fucking ass, because we're not gonna be able to defend ourselves against all the nuclear fucking warheads that are gonna be coming at our fucking way if we decide to go to war with Russia. So yeah, folks, buckle up. This shit's gonna get pretty fucking interesting and very fucking crazy, dude. How crazy is Putin? I don't fucking know. All I know is, like, dude, if he goes to war with us, he's gone, player. Like, what the fuck is the point? Like, your Ukraine is not that fucking big of a deal, player. Like, step back, bitch. You're gonna get fucking handled. And why? Why do you want to burn everything and destroy it? Like, dude, have you seen Ukraine? That shit looks ugly like a motherfucker right now. Like, this dude is gonna take over Ukraine and it's gonna be all fucked up in shambles, and this dude has to rebuild everything to make it look fucking nice again, dog. What? And then all the people that are actually there that are not part of his crew, he better kill them all, otherwise they're gonna fucking just do all kinds of terrorist shit, because that used to be the... Dude, it makes no sense, player. This dude is doing something that's fucking... It makes no sense. Risking all this shit for that stupid ass fucking country, player. Anyways, I hope you guys are ready for Armageddon fucking 1, I guess. I guess you guys are ready for extinction. I'm ready for extinction. I got shit ton of weed. Matter of fact, I'm gonna roll me a blunt. Anyways, you guys stay beautiful, baby. Bye bye.